people getting comfortable in relationships. Do either of you feel comfortable, or does it get to a point where you're comfortable enough to tell your partner, like, yo, you put on one too many, or do y'all just be like, I love him, leave him like it is?
You know what is so funny? This is really fucked up. My husband, part-time, he's a boot camp trainer. Yeah. But before he was doing that, he was going to oh my gosh, I forgot what it's called, but they do like this crazy powerlifting and stuff there. And I was just like, I'm not trying to be rude, but what are your goals? He said, what are you saying? I said, like, you're there. I see you eating like crap. I said, but you still, like, you look big. Like, you look bigger. Like, is that the goal? And then after that, he was just like, you know what? Like, that hurt my Come on.
Oh my gosh.
That's cute sound effect to let her land. This is crazy.
Come on, go, Alex.
So he was going to CrossFit and he was there for a while and he was just so proud. And I was just like, yo, but I don't see any results. Like, why are you going? So that was a real conversation. And then when I put on my weight too, we had to have a talk too. And I was just like, I appreciate that. But he said, I didn't want to say anything. I said, no, let me know if I'm looking big, please. Tell me. But everybody doesn't have that relationship.
You're taking the role.
And so to answer your question, I think you asked me and Alex. So to answer your question, Chief, absolutely. To be in a relationship is to be honest with one another. And to love one another. And I love you. And I love you enough to tell you I feel you're going in the wrong direction. So if I'm getting bigger or a little plump, let me know. I'm giving my man permission to say that to me.
What's crazy?
Huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Because I give permission to speak truth to power, right? And even if it's uncomfortable, please let's have that conversation. Either way, you could be doing a little bit better. You were once this way before. I don't want you to fall off because
if I say you're getting fat, would you like that?
No.
I mean, there's a way you can say it, Gunny. Like, you don't have to be so crass with it, right? And so there's a way you can tell. Now, if that's how you and your partner talk and sit there and say you're getting fat as hell, go for it. But I don't want to be talked to that way.
How would you like for me to tell you that you're gaining a little too much weight, and I'm not sexually attracted to the fact that you've gained a certain amount of pounds? How would you like for me to say that to you?
I mean, that would be for me, my man, to have that conversation.
So,
I want you to try to give advice to people that don't have a man.
I just said as an example.
Let me jump in because y'all kind of just went a little bit. So I want to keep it flowing a little bit better. All right. So one, I think Gunny is hitting on it. It is a double standard about this weight thing. Ladies, what do you guys think about that? Yes, Ro? Yes or no?
I agree. So it goes back to what I said a couple weeks ago.
Go ahead.
As Gunny pointed out, you would tell your man that he's not fulfilling you. You would say that to him. I can't talk to my man that way because he's going to feel some type of way. But if I say, you put on a few pounds or you're not working out anymore, he might take it like because he's because most men are about their aesthetics and they want to look a certain way. He might go to the gym. Now, if he tells me, babe, you looking kind of fat, like what's going on? I might be like, what do you mean? I've been this way since we've been together. What do you mean? Or if I've gained weight and he says it a certain way, then I might take it the wrong way, depending on the female.
Ro, you was right there though, Ro. You was right there. The subject matter makes a difference. Yeah. For a man, if you tell him he not putting it down, that's gonna hurt. The same as if you tell a woman she overweight.
Exactly.
See, right? And I think because I feel like you was about to say it, but I feel like you went another way with it.
No. I agree. That's exactly what I was saying. If a woman, if I'm told that I'm fat and he's saying it in a certain way that I can't grasp because I'm gonna take it personal because I'm thinking men worry about their aesthetic on their women. I might take that personal. I'll be like, what you mean? Just like if I tell him you ain't put it down last night or you haven't been putting it down lately, he's gonna take it a certain way.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said. Well, Alex, one point, Alex. Do you understand powerlifting?
Yes, I do.
So when he's bulking, why did you ask him what his goal was if he was powerlifting?
So let me backtrack to this. He was going through, I don't want to say a phase, but like he's naturally built. Like we have been out and people have asked him, like, yo, do you play? Do you do this and a third? But to me, it didn't look, he looked one way in his shirt, but when it's off, it looked very different. So for me, when I did a couple of the classes, I was just like, with CrossFit, shouldn't you be a little bit more cut up? Like there's bulking, but there's also like you look solid. And that wasn't necessarily what I was seeing at the time. But to Rose's point, there's a way to have that conversation. It's not saying to them, Gunna, yo, you look mad nasty, you look this way. There's a way to have the conversation. For me, like when I was putting on my weight, and because I'm very, very body conscious, I want you to tell me. Like me personally, I need you to tell me. But there's also a way. And for him, like earlier today, I was laying on the couch. And he was just like, yo, you didn't really work out this week. Like, what's going on? Are you okay? And I was just like, you know what, you right. Let me get up. Let me go. He'll be like, you know, we have goals. We have this. So I never feel like he's personally attacking me. It's more of he knows what my insecurities are. So he's more encouraging in that sense. But I don't think people are going, of course, I'm going to feel some way if you've been like, you fat.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? I would never accept that.
I understand that. I did want to bring up one point, though.
Hold on.
Just real quick.
Let me get Q. Go ahead, Q.
I was just gonna say, I think that what the overall summary is that women are more body shaming sensitive, and it equates to the ego that men have when it comes to having sex. Like that's how I see that. You know what I mean? So it's like you could say, well, say it to me nicely, but because of that sensitivity level that women have when it comes to body shaming, that may not go over well. The same way that there's gonna be that high level of sensitivity with telling a man he didn't really put it down. Yeah, the conversation can be had, but yeah, that's what I get from that.
Go ahead, Gunny.
Yeah, just based on the video that you played, I think Sis would be an excellent person to ask because she said the exact same thing last night. So she'd be a great person to ask about the video that you played. She said the exact same thing yesterday. What's the point of losing weight? Sis, do you remember that? When we talked last night?
I do. I remember what I said. I couldn't really hear the video, so I'm piecing it together as you guys speak on the video, honestly. I do feel what she's saying. I don't know what the point is. Like I said, there's some skinny chicks, you know, out here get played like dog, drag through the mud. And it's like, what's the point? Like you see that looks like trauma over there. I'm not going over there again. And then there's on the flip side, there's smaller people who love to talk about exercise and weight loss with a good metabolism. So it's like it's like I don't know why certain people speak on the weight stuff when they haven't even really had those challenges. Like I think you all think it's very easy just to be in shape or athletic, or you know, it's like that don't come easy for a lot of folks.
I think that's the point. Like it's not easy. It's very difficult. And Hank said this yesterday. That's an indication of the type of human being that you are. If you're willing to go to the gym, if you're willing to work out, you're willing to put in extra hours. That shows a level of discipline and commitment to yourself, which should come first, to the person that you're trying to attract. So instead of trying to do something for the other person, you're trying to really do it for yourself. And when you're trying to attract someone, the other person can really see that.
So this is why I said beforehand that
I want to get Adrian. Go ahead. Make it quick.
When you are, to Gunny's point, your focus may not be attracting someone, okay? Because as a single parent, you might not have that focus and you might not be able to be disciplined in that space in that moment. Like I said many times before, you can't have everything at one time because your focus will go into certain spaces where you can't, particularly if you're a high operating type of person. And so that to that point, everybody's focus may not be in that. That doesn't mean that they don't want to date. That doesn't mean they don't want anybody. But in that moment, it may not be where I can focus on myself, where I'm disciplined to work out. I'm more disciplined to get these bills paid and make sure I can provide for my children.
Yeah.
That's the contradiction, but okay.
Yeah, I think a large part of what people misunderstand is that treadmill can be beat by what you eat. So if you eat better, you'd be surprised how much weight falls off. And I think you can control that along with